Hey everyone, welcome to our fall cookie tutorial. Here is another pie cookie I'll show that's really cool. So first off, what we have to do is cut our tip in a diagonal. So you want to make it really nice and flat, squish out all the air so you get a nice even cut, and you want to cut at an angle. This gives us a flower petal type tip, which is great for kind of a ruffle look or, the edge of a pie crust. That's what we're going to use it for. So if you don't have the right tip, we can always improvise and do it with a tipless bag. So you want to do is just kind of keep the higher side of the cut up, facing upwards, and then you just want to go in a back and forth motion. And you can practice this on a paper towel. If it doesn't go right, you can scrape it off your cookie at this point and try again. That's okay too. And we're going to go ahead and use the same tip. And now I'm going to turn it a little bit more sideways so that it gives me kind of a flatter line. So I'm just pushing even pressure and I'm kind of pulling my bag so it gives me a nice even line. And that way we can make a ruffle out of it, and we can make these straight kind of pie lines out of it too. And it's really amazing what you can do with tipless bags. You don't just have to pipe and flood. You can do all these crazy things with it, which is so cool, because then you don't have to have every little single metal piping tip, and you can do a lot more than just the basic cookies. So again, I'm just kind of crisscrossing these lines here, having a little trouble sticking my icing there. So what happens with thicker icing, it doesn't stick as well sometimes, or put a little bit more pressure on it so it kind of comes out and attaches to the other icing or a cookie. So here I just switched it up and went the other way because then it will attach better when I start versus when I end. So it's kind of just, getting the feel of your icing, seeing how it works. If something doesn't work, use your scribe to fix it, or you can scrape it off and start that section again. Then I'm going to go ahead and start putting my blueberries in. So here I have my outline consistency. All that really means is thicker icing. So why do we use thicker icing? Because if it's too thin, then it all kind of melts together into a kind of flat puddle. So that's not what we want. I want these nice round balls of icing. And I'm just holding my bag in one spot and squeezing basically to get these round balls. And some of them have little peaks to them. If you don't like it, you can go in with your scribe and kind of smooth it out. But I want them spread out at first, and then we're going to fill in the gaps later. Because this is not super stiff icing, I don't want to put them too close together. I don't want to kind of risk them melting in together to each other. So I'm kind of putting them next to each other. Some of them, I'm testing it out to see if I put on top, is it going to smooth in together? If you kind of bang your cookie around or you shake it a little bit, they might kind of melt together. If you want to make sure that they kind of stay nice and separate, leave a few gaps here and there. And then you can go in and fill the rest once it's dried a little bit. So usually I don't work on just one cookie. If I'm doing a set for somebody, you're bringing cookies somewhere, you would have maybe a dozen of these type of cookies. So then you would do this part, and then you would go to your next one and your next one and your next one. And as you're working on those cookies and you come back to the first one, it should be dry enough for you to continue to the next step. So it's not like you're sitting around waiting for one cookie to dry. You kind of keep going and do the same step for each cookie. And then by the time you're done that, you kind of continue on with your next step. That way you want to use your time as wisely as possible so you're not wasting time kind of sitting and, drying your cookies. There will be times where you can't do another step because you've done as much as you can. But I kind of try to plan it out in my head to say, okay, I'm going to do these first and then this, so that everything kind of ends up taking less time altogether. There's nothing like getting the feel for the icing in the bag, and it'll take you a few times to kind of get the hang of it. There's still times where things go crazily wrong for me, and you know what? It happens. So the best thing you can do is just give it a try. Start out with whatever cookies you like, even if you think you can't do them, because you will learn so much doing every cookie set. And there's always more things to learn, more things to add on. There's always new things to try out. You kind of learn what tools you need, what tools you don't really need, or will make your life easier and make the cookies go faster. So those are kind of things that you learn as you go. If you want to give it a try, just do it. Make sure you tag me and show me your photos. I love looking at them. So I hope you guys give them a try. Stick around for my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, happy baking.